Okay, greetings. This is Stasia Bliss, and I am jumping on today with the subject of truth to power. So, what am I talking about? Truth to power. So, I put a question on Facebook if I could talk about anything that you want me to talk about. And hello, Hadapu. Um, One of the first response was talking about truth to power. So it didn't go beyond that question, and so I'm going to just drop into what that means to me. Truth to power means dropping into your own personal truth, knowing that your truth might be different, and it probably is different than anyone else's truth because it's you. My truth is not your truth. Your truth is not my truth. As a parent, I can offer my truths to my kids, but they may or may not accept those as their truths. They might resonate with them, they might spark new ideas in them, but truly, it is really when we discover the capacity to love ourselves and believe our hearts and listen to what resonates and what we love that we actually contact what truth is for us. Now, many would have you believe that there is a truth that's pervading. Science might say this is the truth. A religion might say this is the truth. There might be various things in places where those truths seem to be real. They seem to line up. They seem to be the dominant factor or force in reality. But you will always be able to find a place where that truth is not the truth. So if that is true, hello, then there isn't really a truth. It's really like, what is the truth to you? So the truth to you, as you're a growing individual, you first have to sort through what is given to you, what's in your subconscious mind, what's in the society that's filtering through. And we do this through a process of self-love and self-reflection, of listening to the self, of becoming comfortable with who we are. And that can be a challenging thing in today's world, especially as a youth, to grapple with other people's opinions and things that are forced upon us by school or by society or whatever, and have to come to a place of just knowing and believing that inner voice, the one that is your personal guidance system, to be the truth for you. Now, sometimes we do have to recognize that what feels like the truth at first could be a fear. It could be someone else's opinion in there. It could be something that's actually not our truth yet. And we need to take time to examine those and say, hey, is this really the truth, or is this just something I'm using to protect me, or is it something someone else gave to me? When I first left the religion of my youth, I had to go through each and every one of the beliefs that I had and say, is this mine? Was it given to me? If it was given to me, do I still believe it? Like, does it still resonate with me, or is it something that it doesn't resonate with me? And some things stayed, and some things went. And I realized some things were just the interpretation of my young mind. But as I grew, then that interpretation changed or shifted. So as we are able to drop into a deeper acceptance and knowing of our personal truth, that is where our personal power sprouts from. Because this deep love of self and acceptance of self is where we sow the seeds of confidence in ourself, a humble confidence, often comes from trial and error or falling on our face or being humiliated when we are actually just trying to love ourselves and be cool with ourselves, that not everyone's going to love us. And that doesn't mean we're unlovable. It just means maybe that they don't love themselves. Because once we can really drop into loving ourselves, there's not really a reason to be unkind to anyone or to make anyone else think they might not be lovable. It becomes actually a huge job, it seems, to feel like make sure everyone else is able to access the same gift that we do as we learn to love ourselves and feel our personal truth emanating and feel the power that comes with that. then we actually want everybody to feel that way. We're like, wouldn't it be a cool world where everyone is empowered and everyone loved themselves and everyone felt comfortable being who they are? Like, that would be a cool world. Not that we would all always want to hang out with each other, but it would be a place where we'd feel comfortable being ourselves together. And then magical things can occur. So, to get from truth to power is actually the shorter step. To get to the truth part requires the surrender into loving the self and putting the self first. And, you know, you might call it selfish when someone begins to start that journey and they actually turn away from being people pleasers and turn back to the self and ask the self, hey, what's needed? And, you know, we often must return to that time and again when we find ourselves giving and giving and giving in the world, and we recognize that we also need to give that same love to ourselves and come back and honor our own body temple, our own mind, the time we might need to take down and nurturing the self so that we can again be helpful in the world. We can again come forward with our personal power and assist one another in greatness. Okay, that's all I've got to say on this one. I appreciate any comments and feedback, and I hope you'll join me again. Thanks again.